with y'all? Oh my god. Y'all right there whisper yelling. I hear y'all.
You should have. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hi. Who's there? Oh, he's here.
Who's there?
You said howdy, so I was like, who's listening? Guys, I'm about to whip some ass. I'm about to whip both ass.
That's right. That's right. I ain't do shit. You talking about your boyfriend at Sydney? I mean, in video.
Hi. First Talking Mama stream. Yes. Welcome. You crack it back there. Back there. You got the vodka in the fridge, but I'm about to go chug the whole bottle because I can't deal with this people. Oh my god.
Oh, I could buy a bottle.
We talked about this yesterday.
I could still buy a bottle.
You could have went to the store. We could have got bottles.
I was asleep.
Yeah, and I woke you up twice because you said you
woke me up twice? Yes. I only remember one time.
Oh, you could have went with us. You could have got your bottle and everything because I went to the liquor store.
Too late.
Okay, well, Trixie said hi. Cheesecake. Okay, so as you could tell by this title, well,
I'm bleeding.
I had a different stream that somehow went for an hour and 42 minutes. Hopefully the internet does not. If it dies, I give up on everything. Research on 9 people. I did research about the 27 Club because I thought it was interesting, and I listened to podcasts on some of these people. What are you talking about?
She just said, shit, move it.
Hold on, give me a second. No, I need to know. Okay, anyways, I swear, I can't. I need help.
Why are you so disrespectful?
Can someone explain how my internet goes from to internet? Man, our internet was just dead for like 2 hours. When that stream was still live, the internet was literally flat, freaking dead. Like that shit was gone, and now all of a sudden, it's going okay. It's not like probably the best, maybe, but I don't really know. But thanks for coming back or coming, because the last one I don't know what happened, but it still went for an hour and 42 minutes somehow. But I did research. Man, I feel like I just wasted my time though, cause everything went awry. On these people, cause they're part of the 27 Club. Most of them died of drugs, and shit. Which I guess you could. Some of them look like they on drugs. I can tell they're on drugs. We have Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and Brian Jones. And best me soul, she had me die. You better come. You can.
I sent her 2 videos.
You could come take her. She could have you. You can. I can't deal with her. But I literally sat there and wrote, and like honestly wasn't much research, but literally most of these people died in the 70s, and I feel so dead now. I don't feel hype anymore. I was so hyped for this podcast, and then everything died, and now I'm being a little bitch, and everything died, and it just sucks. It was so good. It was so good till it died, and now I'm just like, cause I'm so just.
Come on, Sidnar.
I'm so upset.
What you upset, Sidnar?
I'm upset.
Don't be upset.
I'm upset. I'm done with her. I swear, if you don't shut the fuck up.
I'm here
what I thought. Leave me alone.
I swear. Send help.
Leave me alone. Oh God. What a feather.
My life is falling apart. Jim. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. I have information on sort of not really their life and their death. I have information on a few things I've not heard of. Like I have somebody from the the Grateful Dead, because he's a little ungrateful bitch, and I have somebody from the blues band. Apparently there's a lot of people that are in the 27 Club, but I guess these are the only ones that honestly I clicked on the first website and I just took information on these people. So, and I guess they're the most famous or some of the most famous people. So, Avicii is also a part of the 27 Club. He's probably one of the most recent ones. And Mac Miller was almost part of the 27 Club, but he was 26 when he died. I got called, right? Great. What?
We're not talking.
I'm about to make her part of the 100. What?
Oh,
Talking to her.
What are y'all talking about, Becky?
No.
I'm about to put her down right now. I'm about to put her down. I will stab her with this pencil right in the eye.
It's a pencil. It's literally a pencil.
Okay, but like you can't do damage.
What'd you do at work for all
I
the
don't
bosses to
know.
come? Dang.
What did you do?
Probably ran his car into a ditch.
What did you say?
I said probably ran his car into a ditch.
Right, he don't even have a car.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh my gosh, she
I
done.
forgot. I can't remember.
Yeah, what?
Ross dress for less.
Oh, she was talking shit. I can't do this.
I forgot. Ross dress for less.
That's where you guys are fucking. Shut up.
That's where she'll be working. The Ross dress for less.
And that's where you be working.
That's not where I work, you dumb
You work
bitch.
at Walmart. You used to work at McDonald's.
Okay, so?
At least I'm gonna do.
What you gonna do?
Roller derby.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're funny.
Yes.
You my dream.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home too.
Most of you don't do like a career.
What are
Okay.
you doing? You used to living in your mama's house.
So?
Bruh.
$400 rent.
I can't. Bruh, can we can't. look for your keys. That's what I came back on. Okay. I got some of the toxic energy. I can't. Haley, who do you know out of these people?
You already know who I know.
Haley, but they don't know.
The last two, that's it.
What? So disrespectful.
Hell, yes, me. I know
Anyways.
Hendrix, but I don't know what he look like that, you know.
Right there.
I know that, but like, I didn't know at the time.
But I literally, okay, so I did research on these people. Man, I'm so just. I did some research. I literally hand wrote because, you know, I thought, why not? I got notebooks and, you know, why not? So everybody knows what the 27 Club is. And I don't know how many people are actually in the 27 Club. I tried to look it up, but we didn't get an answer, did we? Oh, that's what the internet died.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up again. Hold on. How many? I think they got a weird search history.
Don't look at it.
Okay, let me look real quick. I want to know how many people. Haley, you don't know Jim. You don't know Jimmy.
Who the fuck is Jimmy?
Jim and Jimmy.
No, I don't know these motherfuckers.
She know Jimmy, but she don't know what they look like. There's no telling what.
I knew, but like I forgot because when we went
got
to the
entries.
the Hall of Fame. Or whatever.
What the fuck? What musicians died? Just these? That's a lie because there was literally like a bunch of other people on here. Y'all playing me. 12. There's 12. No one dude from Glee. Wasn't he like 27 or something?
I think so.
Out there eating what? I can't even see.
So I just saw that while you was right there.
The age 50. Actually, not. Wait, what? What'd you say? Who was out there eating? I can't see. I need to take care of this.
Who was out there eating? I can't see.
Can you spray it? If it's the wrong way.
Oh my god. I don't want him to hate me.
Who cares? He's not gonna hate you. Spray him. Tell him no.
Damn, how's there even food left to eat? Shit.
Oh, this person. Who the fuck? Oh, he's like an artist. Not like a musical artist, but he's like an artist, a painter. I think that's to do with the hair that we saw.
What you doing, son? Huh?
There's 12, I guess. I don't know. Jonathan Brand?
Oh shit, dog.
He died by suicide. Okay. Who's gonna hate you? She's talking about the cat. G. Edwards.
Pepe hands.
So there's more than the people I have, but I only researched these 36 about these 9 people because I wasn't looking at all these other people because I didn't know. Oh my god, that scared me. I thought the power went out. The 27 Club is like a conspiracy theory about these musicians who like maybe sold their soul to the devil to become to become
Why you play too much?
to become famous and like talented people, and then they end up like dying at 27. It's like I guess the deal was they had to die at 27. I'm not sure I don't know about the full conspiracy behind it. Because like when I looked up, it was a club that got like really famous when Kurt Cobain died. That's when they were like, oh shit, you know, this person died, and then they were all starting to realize that these bitches were dying like 27. So it kind of just like started. Yeah, when I looked it up, I only saw those 9, but apparently there's more people. But those people I think are musicians. But there was like another one or so. But I think the conspiracy is that they sold their soul to the devil to get famous. And then I guess they die at 27. That's like the deal. The first one, you seen that movie Brother Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
You know that black dude they pick up? They end up picking up the
Yeah.
plays the guitar?
So his soul
That's
is
the first dude, Robert Johnson. That's
Jail
who's he's what?
to quit doing gymnastics under my bed.
The first dude, it started with Robert Johnson. He was like a blues guitarist. Have you ever seen the movie Brother Where Art Thou? He's like they end up like picking him up in the movie, and he actually plays guitar for them in the movie. It's fucked up because he ends up like they almost end up getting like fucking hung in the movie. He almost gets like lynched and shit. It's fucked. It's a fucked up movie. It's a really good movie. It's like one of my favorite movies though.
Constant sorrow.
The Soggy Bottom Boys.
Oh.
I wrote down some information about him. He was born, I guess, 1911. He died 1938. He was born in a rural area in Mississippi. He was a blues singer and guitarist, but he didn't get that much attention when he was actually alive, which is weird, I guess. But in the 60s, apparently he influenced a lot of blues and like rock and roll people. And wait, Jimmy died at 27. What? Yeah, all these people died at 27.
Didn't he die because of something dumb?
He died. We'll get to that.
Okay.
He fucked up. That's why he died, because he fucked up. I think it was him. It's like, when I say again, most of these people died of like drugs and shit. Drugs and alcohol killed most of these people. But the legend is that this man, Robert Johnson, sold his soul to the devil for exchange for his talent, his like guitar skills and shit. He used to play on, I guess, street corners, and then he wrote and recorded 39 songs. And I guess he really loved women and alcohol.
Of course.
So apparently how he died is he was poisoned by either one of the women he was messing with, their boyfriend or husband. That's how he died. He was poisoned apparently.
They poison a woman's fucking weapon. What the hell?
Oh, but apparently he was allegedly like maybe poisoned by a boyfriend or a husband of one of the women he was sleeping with. And I was like, okay then. And that's how he died at 27. So like, if he wasn't fucking with women, like fucking around with bitches that were in relationships, he wouldn't have died. That's why he don't be fucking around. But honestly, that's the only one like close to there, and the rest of them it jumps to like 1969 and stuff is when the next person dies. But the next one I have on here is Brian Jones. He was born in 1942. And he died 1969. This man was actually a founding member of the Rolling Stones. He apparently, when he was in the Rolling Stones, I guess in the first few years, he ended up developing a substance abuse problem, a severe substance abuse problem. And by the mid-60s, his health was like fucked. It was fucked. Which I guess doing drugs and alcohol would fuck your shit up. Even though over here, Keith Richards over here is thriving still. And I don't know how old he is. How old is he?
Hey Siri. Never mind.
Okay.
They're over here. He's 76 and he's still going on. They're still going on tour. And that man's done I don't know how much drugs. And he's still getting it. Yeah, Mick Jagger. Him and Mick Jagger. He was one of the founding ones with them. And, he ended up going to jail. And then he ended up getting kicked out of the band, actually, for his, I guess, drug abuse. They literally forced him out of the band. He literally like ended up showing up at a rehearsal, and then the bodyguard outside was like, "Yeah, listen, so they didn't want you anymore." And then literally he just wasn't allowed to go in. Yeah, I was like, "Well, okay then, that's fucked." And then in June of '69, he was found dead at the bottom of his pool. And they say that he drowned while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. They didn't say what drugs or anything, but that's what they assume, is he died under the influence. Now, they're saying now, like recently, that it could have been foul play in his death. Somebody could have just drowned him in that pool. But the world may never know. Because it's how long he died in '69 and it's 2020, so the world may never know. But yeah, he's one of the founding members of the Rolling Stones, if you didn't know. I think he was the drummer, or maybe he was, I think he was the drummer. I'm not sure. Next, I got some man I've never heard of. Like, I've never heard of this dude. His name was Alan Blind Al Wilson. Yeah, his like middle name, his nickname Blind Al. He's called that because of his poor vision, which Haley, we should give you a nickname like that.
I ain't that blind.
I ain't that blind. He was born in 1943. He apparently was in an American blues band called Canned Heat. I've never heard of such a band, so I don't know. They performed at Woodstock in '69.
69.
Which I guess that was year everybody performed at Woodstock. Everybody was there. Jimi Hendrix, this guy was there. I'm pretty sure the Rolling Stones were there. Little bit of Janis Joplin. A few of these people that we're talking about was performed at Woodstock. Janis Joplin, I think, played at like 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. Because there were so many people, they ended up pushing her shit back like a bunch. And I think that was one of her last performances or something. I'm pretty sure because she died in '70, so it's one of her last performances. Yeah, Canned Heat. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that band. He was a songwriter, a guitarist, and a harmonica player. And I guess he was famously retaught a blues legend, Sunhouse. He famously taught somebody, I guess I don't know if he taught them their songs or his own songs. I don't know. Because when I was reading, I was confused. It sounded like this man retaught someone their own songs after decades. It was weird. I don't know. But this man, he struggled with mental illness, and he also had previously attempted suicide, but eventually he succumbed to a drug overdose in September of 1970, and he became the first of the 3 musicians to die at 27 that year. I've never heard of that band. Have you ever heard of Canned Heat?
Nope.
It's a blues band.
Never.
The next person I got is Jimi Hendrix. I just wrote these in the year that they all died. So this is how they all, I guess, died. Jimi Hendrix. He was born in 1942. He was one of the greatest electric guitarists in history. And he revolutionized rock and roll as both an artist and a producer. He was only like famous and like a well-known guitarist, I guess, and producer for 4 years. So he only had a 4-year long career. And this is all it said on him. This is all it said. I didn't like look more. I can always end up looking up more into him, but that's all he said. He only had a 4-year-long career. But I guess, I mean, these people die so early. There's not much, I guess, to be said. Thing is, I listened to a podcast on him, and I just know that he did a lot of drugs. But he died in London in September 1970 because he asphyxiated on his own vomit while sleeping. That's how he died.
He did what?
He
Vomit?
asphyxiated on his own vomit while sleeping. That's how he died.
Wow.
Yep. That's how he died. And it says his girlfriend claimed he was a heavy drug user and he was fond of LSD, and he had washed down a handful of sleeping pills with red wine before bed. So
That's why you sleep on your side, guys.
I think he ended up taking a few too many of his sleeping pills that night, and he went to sleep, and then his girlfriend woke up, and she ended up like finding him, and he was dead. So he was a heavy drug user. He did drugs. He liked to do LSD. What's LSD? I don't know, because Woodstock was in '69, and I feel like he had to be doing drugs before '69. Because there's no way you just become a heavy drug user in like 1 year. That's it. Like, I guess you could, but like,
It's less likely unless your parents are all
for real. Because that means he been really doing drugs that 1 year. Which I mean, maybe. I'm gonna look it up because now I'm curious. That's not what I wanted. I don't want to know when he died.
How about Jimi Hendrix died because of something with his foot or his toe?
That's Bob Marley.
Oh, Bob Marley. There we go.
Bob Marley, he lived quite a good life. He lived in Jamaica. Yeah, but it gives me a day on May 3rd, 1969. It gives me his drug charges. He
Why
was
does Jimi Hendrix remind me of what's his name we worked with at McDonald's?
yeah. I don't even know if it's gonna tell me.
You can hide things from your band members, though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think that's
What was
hard
it?
to hide stuff from
Bob
people.
Marley. He was like from a poor part in Jamaica. He didn't have any like electricity or anything, and but he ended up slowly becoming like a success. What was that?
Not you too.
Get him! Get him!
You come here, boy.
Bob Marley ended up becoming like successful slowly, with a record. There was like a record label down there in Jamaica, and they slowly got into it. But the thing is, back then you only got paid like minimum wage. So he was sleeping on the floor of the studio. I think he was sleeping on the floor of the studio or somewhere, and slowly was getting more and more famous. He ended up going on tour with, I can't remember who. I think it was, he went on tour with somebody. I have to remember. I can't remember.
Gotta protect myself.
They went to the UK. Literally, the people ended up, him and his band, literally basically ended up getting abandoned there because other people left them. And they went to a record label there and ended up asking them for money to, like, do an album. And the person never heard from them. They went over there, heard the album. Slowly they got, soon enough they got like successful. He had a house, a nice house. He ended up getting a nice house in Jamaica. He had I think it was his wife. But he had like some kids with her. And then he ended up having a girlfriend though, had kids with her. He had like 7 kids with like 4 different women, I think.
Ooh, Lord,
But his wife or whatever like she didn't really mind it. But basically, he was really into playing soccer, and so it literally like every place he would go, and like in his contract, it was so he was close to a soccer field everywhere. And he ended up hurting his toe one time when he was playing soccer, and it should have been fine, you know, if you stay off your feet, it'll ended up healing. But of course, he didn't stay off his feet, and he was still performing and playing soccer and doing what he does. And it got worse. He ended up having to he finally went to the doctor and found out he ended up having like melanoma or something, which is a common like skin cancer in like African people, usually. And the thing is, if they were to remove his toe, it would have more likely stopped the cancer from spreading, you know. But he was very much into Rastafarianism, I think it's called, which is like a religion, and you don't cut anything. You don't cut your hair, you don't shave, you don't. So, and you don't like cut your skin. So surgery, he was like, no, I'm not doing that because it's against.
fuck, bro.
So basically, he just like let it go, and it got so bad that it spread to his brain, and then eventually he passed away. He tried to go back to Jamaica, but he didn't make it. He passed away in like Florida at the age of like 36, 38. He wasn't even 40.
Dang.
Yeah. Fun fact, his oldest son, Ziggy Marley, created the Arthur theme song.
Shit.
So, but yeah, fun fact. I listened to a whole podcast about Bob Marley. So like, I've literally listened to podcasts about like half these people, but like, yeah. The next person I have Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin was born in 1943. She was born in Texas, but she ended up moving eventually, I think after high school. She ended up moving to the Haight-Ashbury area of San Francisco, which is at the time is where all like the hippies were. It was like that love, like that free love movement with all the drugs and everything, and you know. So she ended up going there. She got addicted to drugs, heroin especially. She was like, I think it was speed and heroin. She ended up really just fucking with a lot. And she would also drink. Her favorite drink was like Southern Comfort. She always had like a bottle on her. But she ended up moving back to Texas eventually, because her bandmates or like people, friends or whatever, they got her a ticket. She moved back, and she tried to get clean. She tried to be like sober, get her life together. She enrolled in college. She had like that beehive hair from like the 60s, and she was with a guy, but before long it just wasn't working. She ended up starting to do drugs again, I think, and then she ended up going back to San Francisco. And she ended up joining, as a lead singer, she ended up joining the band The Big Brother and the Holding Company. And she ended up joining them, and they already kind of had a name and some fame to them. But once she joined, they really got big, and they were on like the top of the charts. And that's where she started to get big, and eventually she went solo. And she was only... It's weird because she was only 27, and she was already starting to do her last album. Like, she was working on her last album.
That's
Yeah.
kind of weird, like she did.
Yeah. Her nickname was, like, Pearl, so that was, like, the title of her album. And it was going to be her last one. And she just kept doing more and more heroin. And Janis Joplin. She also had, like, I don't know if it was her girlfriend or what, but her girlfriend or whoever it was also, like, her drug dealer.
That's the worst.
So of course, when they would get back together, she would start doing more drugs, and then they would usually end up separating when she was trying to get clean, but it never worked out. So they always got back together, and it was like not going well. And then, but as she got more famous, she got more addicted to like heroin and drinking, and then eventually, I believe, her band was at the studio recording for her album, and she ended up missing like the time that she's supposed to be there, and then somebody finally came over to her apartment, and they ended up finding her dead because she had overdosed on heroin. Accidentally overdosed on heroin. It's always an accident. And that's when she died. She died of a heroin overdose in October of 1970, less than 3 weeks after Jimi Hendrix. Less than 3 weeks after Jimi Hendrix. The thing is, before she died, she had, because it was going to be John Lennon's birthday soon, so Yoko Ono got a bunch of people to like sing or have birthday and stuff to him. But by the time he had gotten the recording, she was dead. She had like died like 3 days or something before. And I was like, that's fucked. So that's fucked up. But it is true, like she knew that she was gonna die, so she was doing her last record. They ended up releasing her album, but the last song that she didn't record ended up just being an instrumental. So yeah, it's pretty fucked. And then the next person to be a part of the 27 Club is Jim. Was born in 1943. Apparently he was a poet and an avid reader of philosophy. He rose to fame as the lead singer and lyricist of The Doors. And he found the band with a friend in 1965. By 1979, why is it 79? 69. I'm a dingo one. By 1969, literally the 60s and the 70s was like such a crazy time. It was literally such a. By 1969, he was his drinking became a problem. He was late to performances, and apparently it fueled his not so great behavior on stage. Apparently he was very loud, and I don't know if he did a lot of crazy shit or what, but I also heard that he was fucked. Like, I heard that he was rude and he was kind of abusive and an asshole. So, I don't know. I heard one time he was with Janis Joplin, and they were like in a car together, and she was like, he said some shit. She ended up like getting out of the car and leaving, but he didn't want her to go, so he like pulled her back by her like hair, and that made her pissed, so she ended up hitting him with her bottle of Southern Comfort. And yeah, that's what I heard. So I heard he was not very kind to women. So I don't know. But on July 1971, he was found. He died of a heart attack caused by a heroin overdose while living in Paris. And it's thought that he mistook the drug for cocaine and snorted a fatal amount. But how you gonna be doing drugs, but you gonna mistake this drug for that drug? So he thought he was doing cocaine, but he was actually doing heroin, and he snorted. Who snorts heroin?
Wait, he thought the cocaine was heroin?
Yeah, he thought the heroin was cocaine, so he snorted a fatal amount, and then he ended up dying of a heart attack. And that's how he died. And that's how he joined the 27 Club. If these people weren't doing all these drugs, they wouldn't die, so they'd still be alive today. Possibly, maybe, who knows. The next person I've never heard of either, but they're part of the 27 Club. His name is Ron Pigpen. His nickname's Pigpen. So Pigpen McKernan.
The only Ron I know is Ron Jeremy.
At least not like that. I'm done with her. He was born in 1945. I know, organize your drugs, people. Like, you gonna be on these drugs, but you like don't know what drug you're taking. Like, bitch.
Especially you're gonna be rich and famous.
I know, right? Like, what the fuck? But this man, he's a founding member of the Grateful Dead, which I don't think I've ever listened to. But he went by the nickname Pigpen, and apparently his bandmates were like really into LSD and other psychedelic drugs, but he was very much not into LSD and psychedelic drugs. So if you're gonna do drugs responsibly, dumbasses. Exactly. However, he was a very heavy drinker, and he drank so much, I guess, he ended up developing cirrhosis, I guess, the liver in 1970, and by 1972, his health had decreased so bad, and he had become so fragile that he ended up not being able to tour anymore, and he ended up dying of an internal hemorrhage in March of 1973.
You know, that shit had to hurt to keep drinking too.
Yep. I wonder if he's still drunk after that.
I guarantee you do.
Yeah.
It's like it getting worse.
That's how much do you have to drink, like, to be a heavy drinker?
Probably bottles a day.
Cause I can barely drink one drink now. Cause I'm just like, ugh. I'm just not I guess that much into alcohol. Like, I liked when I got fucked that one time, but like I'm too scared I might throw up again. So like, I don't want to like go so hard. And literally after that, there's kind of nobody joining the 27 Club until 1994. Because now we move on to Kurt Cobain. Which his story makes me sad. It makes me sad. Doesn't that make you sad? It makes me sad. Kurt Cobain makes me sad. I heard his suicide note. I listened to his whole suicide note. Because I listened to a podcast about him and they read his whole suicide note. That shit had me sad. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, only hard shit too. Like, no thank you. No thank you. So, Kurt Cobain was born in 1967. He was an icon of the Seattle grunge scene. Grunge? What the hell was that?
I don't know what that was. I don't know what all that noise is.
Okay. What? Are you good over there? It sounds like he's like throwing up like
You better not be, motherfucker.
What is that? I keep it up. Okay. I don't know. What'd you do? What happened? Yeah, his story made me so sad. It makes me just sadder knowing that he has, I don't know, let me read. Tell your sister the Friday show's ready.
What?
He said, tell your sister the Friday show's ready. She looks so scared. He was an icon of the Seattle grunge scene. Kurt Cobain formed Nirvana with a friend in 1985. The thing is, his first band, he had, before they were Nirvana, the band name was, and before they had found, was Dave Grohl, is that his name? The dude that's now, like, the singer for the Foo Fighters. Their name was, like, Fecal Matter, or something like that. It was something like that. It was literally, his name literally was shit. And RDR Tonight. That's what Trixie said. And then Sage said, DVD Tonight. Yeah, fuck RDR. That shit boring. I'm gonna play some DVDs up. But, yeah, and then they ended up making changes, and that's when they found Dave Grohl, and then blah, blah. But, blah, 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 blah. The band achieved mainstream success in the early 1990s, and then under the public spotlight, under being so famous, Kurt Cobain was struggling with mental illness, chronic health problems and a heroin addiction. Yummy.
Why you say heroin so weird?
That's a heroin. What
She
you
said
mean?
heroin.
What you talking about? I say heroin so much in this podcast. I can't. My cat's are on heroin. That's what it looks like sometimes. Like a crackhead. What are you staring at?
What?
Why are you staring at?
Nothing.
Why are you staring?
I'm not staring at anything.
Bruh, it's creeping me out. I'm gonna send you a video. It's about crack. No, it's gonna be
Redhead
sad.
is kind of boring.
It is fucking boring. Any more you making that cash money, it's still boring. Remember that game I told you? The game. The generators? Cause boy. Whew. Anyways. But he was suffering from all this stuff. I know that he was having suicidal thoughts for a long time in his life since he was like a kid. And I don't think he very much got along with his parents, and his parents I think fought. And one day him and a friend were coming home from school, and they actually saw a body hanging from a tree. A boy, like a young teenage boy who had killed himself, and he just like stared at that body. It's like fun. He didn't even really like being famous. It was like, and I'm like, why? The thing is, he had so much money to like get help or to like go into hiding. So I'm like, nobody had to know. He could have lived like a normal life, but yet he just kind of, I don't know. He did what he did, but he committed suicide in April 1994, leaving behind his wife, Courtney Love, and his baby girl, Frances Bean Cobain. Yeah. Slim asked if he could join on RDR. What is that noise? What are they doing over there? Do you hear it? What are they playing with? We're gonna drink. Every time we fuck up a generator, we're gonna take a shot. I don't fuck up generators that much. This man gonna be over here fucked before me, cause he always fuck up. He's gonna beat my ass for that. But I don't even know how old his daughter is now or what she looks like. But if you haven't heard his suicide note, it'd be hella sad. And he went to rehab. Before he actually committed suicide, he checked into rehab, but then he ended up checking himself out of rehab, because his wife, when he went, his wife went to rehab, went to a hotel to try to get clean, and he went back home. And the thing is, like a month before I think he committed suicide, he already tried to commit suicide before, back in like Rome or Italy. Back in like Rome, I think it was Rome. And he took like a bunch of pills. Literally took the whole bottle of pills, but thankfully he was saved. But then, and his wife didn't want any guns in the house, so she like made him. They ended up having the cops actually called on them because they were yelling and arguing so much. I guess they were so loud that the neighbors ended up calling the cops. And she, I guess, didn't let him have guns. But when he was leaving rehab, he went to his neighbors or a friend and asked him about buying him a shotgun. And his friend said he didn't see any out of the ordinary. So he gave his friend the cash, and his friend bought the gun. And then he said something, and he said, maybe I should keep the gun with me. And then Kurt was like, no, it's fine. So he gave the gun to him, and then, well, And then apparently he was really into REM, their music, and he had their record playing when they found him. Their record was playing. And I guess that's what he had shot himself listening to that. And I think he also had like a bunch of heroin in his system. And yeah, it was fucked. But yeah. So Kurt Cobain had I don't know, a struggle. His life was a struggle. But it's just sad because he had like a kid and everything. It's just sad. But and then the last person I have is Amy Winehouse. There's more recent people, like I know Avicii is part of the 27 Club. But I know his letter made me sad. I was like, damn. I know Avicii's part of the 27 Club. Mac Miller was almost a part of the 27 Club. There's apparently a 21 Club, apparently, because there's like other rappers, like I think Juice WRLD and XXX is a part of it. But yeah, but Amy Winehouse was born in 1983. She's an English singer-songwriter whose powerful voice and unique style won her numerous awards and honors. And she obviously had a crazy drug addiction and alcohol addiction for many years, I guess. And of course she was very much on the front of magazines and in magazines for her drug and alcohol addiction, and her life was crazy because I think she even had like an abusive boyfriend, and she like ended up running out of a hotel once trying to get away from him because he was like trying to almost like, she thought that he was about to kill her and all kinds of shit. It's crazy. I don't know. Gonna be holding the balls out. I don't think I will ever be like my mom, because I can't do that. She can over here taking like 10 shots and she still be all good, like not all good, but she still be typing pretty good and everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I'd be like that. But no. But her problems, her addictions, and her life has inspired many of her songs. One of the most famous songs, and a lot of people's probably favorite ones of her, is Rehab, was inspired by her addictions. But on July 23rd, 2011, and that's the first person that actually had like a day, right? None of these other people had like actual day given. They just had the year and the month. So she actually has the day on July 23rd, 2011, which are coming up on like the anniversary of her death. She was found dead in her London apartment. And it didn't give me like why or like how she died. I think it was drugs or something. I'm not sure. It didn't say. I'm about to look it up. It didn't say, but we're about to look it up. Let's see. Oh, she had a husband? Oh, I didn't know that either. How did she die? She died of an accidental alcohol poisoning in 2011 after years of drugs and alcohol addiction. Yeah. Doesn't really, okay. But yeah, and she had a book, I guess. Someone wrote a book about it. Her dad published a book about her life. It didn't really give me like, but I guess that's how she died, of accidental alcohol poisoning. What is alcohol poisoning? What is alcohol poisoning?
Did you really just ask what is alcohol poisoning?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Like when you drink so much and
You drink a lot, that's what it is? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure. That's why I asked. Listen, it's better to ask than to be like, oh, what's going on? When I ask misspelled alcohol, I'm losing it. Alcohol delivery, that's what I need. So I can just get it here. Alcohol poisoning. Disturbance in behavior. What? Symptoms, treatment, special. What? What? Alcohol poisoning is a serious and sometimes deadly consequence of drinking large amounts of alcohol in a short period of time. Drinking too much too quickly can affect your breathing, heart rate, body temperature, and gag reflex, eventually lead to a coma and death. Alcohol poisoning can occur when adults or children accidentally or intentionally drink household products that contain alcohol. A person with alcohol poisoning needs immediate medical attention. If you suspect someone has alcohol poisoning, call for. Okay. Okay. Well then. I'm just looking at. Mm. There's a lot of. Okay, I probably should stop reading for it makes me not want to drink alcohol. There's a lot. Like. Can happen to anybody. I'm taking 7 bottles like it's no one's business. Bro, you don't get alcohol poisoning. I can't be playing these games. Oh, hell no. I don't want to die. What's going on? Wait, what? Tricks is that I know, or yeah, on me joining, yeah. You said I'm not quite. Wait, when are y'all playing RDR?
I don't even know where we're playing it.
It's like, I don't even know we were. Wait, what? When are y'all playing RDR? Trixie? Because apparently only you know, because Haley didn't know. And I'll take you so far. Like, who's touching my hand? Hi. Oh, hi. You need a bath, puppy. You're gonna be gone by the time we're done playing. I don't know. Maybe I'll be just knocked out, passed out, gone. Like, oh. And I'm on. Okay. I need to pee. It's not what y'all asked. But that was my research. I probably could have went more in depth, talk about more people and their lives more. But I just want to do something small, for this, because I didn't really know. It was just on a whim. Have a camp ready. He said it was just on a whim. Have a camp ready.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but okay. But like now, are y'all playing it after this, or like when are y'all playing? That's what I want to know. But it depends on what the cheesecakes want to do. It was very good because when I do, I don't know. I feel weird. I feel weird like doing actual like podcasts on actual topics and stuff. Plus, like most of the stuff I'm interested in is like probably people would think is weird, but it's not really weird. I'm interested in a lot of like true crime stuff. Like I'm only wanted to talk about this because in the last like couple weeks I listened to a podcast and they actually had a lot of episodes on famous people, and one of them happened to be, they did a podcast on Kurt Cobain, they did one on Janis Joplin, they did one on Jimi Hendrix, Brian Jones. They did one on like almost all these people, so I was like, and I was really interested in them, so I thought, it'd be fun to do a podcast on. Get someone in there to talk with. Well, Haley's here in person to talk with, but she's like dead now. She seemed like really tired, so. Because fucking me was in here and Noah, they were all on the bed like fucking wrestling. And now she's like dead. She's like all her energy, and me was being such a little bitch. So. But, and most of the other stuff I'm interested in is like serial killers and missing people cases, murder cases, and stuff like that. True crime stuff that I'm like, I don't know if people want me to talk about. So, because trust me, I can do another serial killer podcast, no problem. Like, because I literally listen to true crime podcasts like every night at work. That's the main ones I listen to. Like a couple comedy ones and a lot of like true crime and like a couple like historical, I guess, ones. So I'm gonna give her some juice. Hey, he gonna give you some juice. Talk about what you want to talk about. Your stage here, yeah. But I just know I love learning about serial killers and missing people cases. Everybody, y'all need an if I go missing folder on your phone or something, because you never know. You never know what can happen. Somebody could just snatch you, even if you're like a big bitch. You never know. You never know. Literally, one of the last not really serial killer that I learned about was the Dexter killer, and he was literally just like Dexter, the show, is what he was trying to be like, and except for like married men that were cheating, he killed like lonely men on the internet. Or he was trying to kill a bunch of lonely men on the internet, but he only killed one successfully. I mean, like, I learned something today. What did you learn today? Oh, this? Yes. 27 Club. Listening to those podcasts about these people actually got me into listening to some of these people's music. Like, Janis Joplin, I, like, got really into her music. I listened to her music. And some other people from the podcast, like, I'm, like, recently really into the Beatles. I don't know. I like the Beatles. Janis Joplin's good. Obviously, Nirvana's great. Amy Winehouse is good. I haven't listened to much of the Doors or Jimi Hendrix, but I know I listened to the Rolling Stones pretty good amount. Yeah. But I just never know what to talk about on here, and I ask, and like nobody seems to like answer. So I'm like, I gotta do something, and I wasn't about to put my nose into like all this drama that's going on the internet right now because I wasn't ready for that. To get into that, my playlist's been all BBB recently. And he's like, oh, it's not my fault. But what was I gonna say? I listened to.
Does he have a favorite song yet?
Hey, so do you have a favorite song, Trixie, by them yet? I learned from a lot of people. I learned about a lot of like musical people and other people from this one podcast. Like I learned about obviously Kurt Cobain and these people, but I also learned about I think Buddy Holly, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, Marvin Gaye, quite a few people, and some of them have very interesting stories, and it's really cool to just learn and listen. But as I said, most of my podcasts consist of like true crimes. But yeah, he said still deciding. My playlist, I don't know. A mess, just like me. But who's eating what out there? He was eating out I'm sick of them eating out the wrong bowl. Will they ever learn? No. But Ellie died in my state. Didn't he die in a plane crash? I can't remember. It's been a while since I listened to the podcast. He also answering to the stream delays a thing. If you had me in chat, I'd talk up a storm. I know, but I never go into Discord because I'm on Haley's computer doing this. That's the only reason why Haley's here. That's probably the only reason why half you guys are here, because I post on her Discord saying that the stream's up. Most of the time people don't listen to me, so but you know, it is what it is. I have a notification from Spotify, speaking of music. Oh. Kid Cudi and Eminem just dropped a new single. The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady.
Oh no.
Okay then. That's interesting. Okie dokie then. And then this is here to support. Place somewhere. Yeah. But like, if you guys will like listen to a podcast, another podcast about like serial killers or true crime or something like that, like let me know. Cause trust me, I could get that together really quickly. I could do some cases and like you guys could give me a state and I'll like get a case and like we can talk about something. Like maybe like your guys' state, like I learned about cases from my state that I never heard of. So Richie Vallon, that's his name. Is that his name? Richie Vallon? I don't know for sure. Even Veen, bless that sugar. Nah, fuck that little bitch. She not no sugar high. She's just an asshole. Go foreign. There's shit everywhere, and I could try to find something somewhere. Be fine. A lot of stuff happened back in like the 50s. Well, not really the 50s, like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, stuff like that. Maybe back in like the 40s and 50s. A lot of like serial killers happened in those times. A lot of the famous ones. She's like that all the time. She's just a bitch. That's why she's like that all the time. But I get it. She's a little child. I need a shower. I also need to get my cat to shower. Vina's on too much. I tell you that. Always. Look, I know how to tame her. I turned my own sugar high brat into a good luck because like sometimes I wish she just came from our dad so she would just be more chill. Cause our dad's so much chill. Like what happened?
She'll chill out.
The wires crossed somewhere.
She'll chill out.
It's
You're
weird
all
because
crazy.
some days she'll be so good and so nice and just so chill. But other days she's just so, oh my god, that I can't. I literally just can't. True, I need a shower and food, but I gotta give my cats a bath. And I don't wanna. Does anybody volunteer to come give my cats a bath?
$8, I'll do it.
$10. You can come help me.
Oh, never mind. I'll get it.
Come on, you can help me. Why can't you come help me? We can do them both at once, so we don't have to do both of them separately.
Can I dip him in the toilet and call it a pig?
No,
Clean the toilet. Why not?
because I'm gonna go take a bath first.
What? Okay, dude. You take one after you dip him in the toilet.
No. Anyways, let me come here. I remember back when V was just hyper.
She was never just hyper.
Yeah, she's never just
I
hyper.
think you remember somebody else. My bed is so
I swear I go to Walmart and I go shopping and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that much money. I just gotta get this, this, and this. And somehow I end up spending like $100 and I'm like, how did this happen?
What did you buy?
I ended up buying. This is my list of stuff I bought at Walmart. I bought kitty litter. I bought shampoo. I bought a hair mask. I bought rags for Hank. I bought a container, a bigger container for my makeup. I bought some chicken nuggets that look like McDonald's chicken nuggets. Look just like McDonald's chicken nuggets on the bag. I was like, bitch, let me try. I bought. What else did I buy? Oh, damn.
Alcohol.
These. I ended up buying alcohol. Sprite. More canvases. And I don't know. I think that was it. Yeah, and I spent a lot of money. I think that was it. I don't really know for sure. I can't remember for sure. But I think that was it. It was back when I first met you guys. Vina even sent me a friend request then. I don't know. She's something else. All I know is I'm just cause, you know, I feel gross. Oh no, she's too much now. All she does is be cussing people out, being rude as hell to everybody, and she don't like. She freaking blocked us all on social media, so none of us can see what she's doing. Like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, how you gonna block us all on Instagram? Send view and sim. Oh my god, don't remind me of that. Thing is, then I get my own room, and then she moves in like 4 months later. Not even. Then I'm like, bruh. Thankfully, you don't gotta share a room with that bitch anymore. Because I can't deal with that. I can't remember if I bought anything else. Do y'all be going to the store? Do y'all wear masks to the store? Do y'all be like going out? Do y'all wear masks? Like, y'all, like, you know, like.
Hold on, this bitch got rid of her account.
Oh! You know she didn't. You know she probably just made a new
I
one.
left this account and I'm not on Insta anymore. Yeah, right.
Bitch, she probably either made a new one or something. There ain't no way. You better ask her about this. I don't know, do I? I don't know, do you? I don't know, maybe it's because I brought my baby sister through her teens. I'm gonna forget. She ain't about to make it to her teens when I beat her ass. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. I was kidding. Anybody listen to this in the future? I did not beat anybody's ass. It was a joke. I apologize already. Because that'll come back and haunt me if I don't. I do not abuse children. I want to have my own someday. Sorry. I rarely go anywhere. I be going into play. I'm sorry. I didn't wear a mask in the Walmart today. And I will admit to it. I don't care. I work there. I wear a mask when I work. It's just like, bruh, I don't get Tank on her. He don't do nothing. He's a little skinny. A beaten ass for sure. I don't want to. But I know I gotta give him a bath. I don't wanna. I really want to give myself a bath or a shower, man. But I gotta get my cats. I think my dad's leaving for work. Let's go. Damn, I can't open the door. No mask? What you mean no mask? I bought a hair mask because my hair is dead from all the times I fucked it up. Now it's back to brown and it's all bleh. Sad times. My hair's growing out. It's getting long. That's the only mask I have is a hair mask. No mask. I mask up often. I don't have a mask to use. They give us mask at work. They give us medical mask. I also like, my mom gave me like a kind of mask thing. Scarf face thing. I don't know. They all suck. I probably wish I would have bought a cloth mask. I probably still should, because who knows when this will ever be over. If it will ever be, probably never will be. It'll just be like the flu. We'll just have another kind of flu, but worse. You know, apparently the flu's getting worse too. Apparently it gets worse like every so often, every year. So, oh, you want me to call you after bath time? You don't want to be there when they get a bath? You cut your hair? Wait, how long was your hair before? I don't even remember. Sometimes I think about cutting my hair like hardcore, but then I'm like, nah, because I want it long. Oh, he buzzed it like Noah did. Noah's hair's already growing back.
I know.
If I cut my hair, it took me 20 years to back. So you look back at your sis, look her in the eyes, and you're a fat bitch.
I mean, if you're
You said you're a cute potato, but that's not as good. Yeah, see, that's not as good of a reaction. When I called her a fat bitch, she looked at me and just like smiled and laughed. But when I called her a cute potato, she looked at me in like disgust. So like, bruh, call me after stream. Yeah, they said you buzzed your hair. How long was your hair even before? Bruh, guys, I have a problem. You know what my problem is? I keep picking at my ears.
You got the shit? Oh.
No, I keep picking at my ears because I'm like, I don't know, I have some problem. I keep freaking out. Like, I freak out and think like, I don't know.
Oh, what you normally do? Are you like,
Yeah, where I keep doing this?
yeah.
Yes, I do that
Stop.
I can't.
You can.
No, I've done it so bad that my ear was bleeding. Now like a little crusty scab on my ear.
Stop.
I can't. Just like how you can't stop biting your fingers.
Fuck you, don't bring me in
Yeah,
this.
see? Like, what did I do?
What?
His eye looks funny.
Come here, Bubby. Come here.
He's just, Hanks are staring like, what? I can't stop. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something like touching the inside of my ear or like something. So I'll like start like doing like that and like to like I feel satisfied, I guess. But I've done it so much that I made my ear bleed the other day. Not like really bad. Sometimes I'll do it like when I'll like be asleep and then all of a sudden I'll like wake up and then like all of a sudden like I'll have that and I'll do it and then I'll pass it. I don't know. It's as long as the guy's on the far left. The dude in like the tie. Damn, that was kind of long. My hair is as long as like Kurt Cobain's maybe. How long is his? Maybe Jim Morrison's. Yeah, my hair is like as long as him. There. That's all mine is. The thing is, my hair is like weird. I don't know if it's wavy or curly. What is this? I don't know. What?
Probably like borderline, almost curly.
Borderline curly, I
Really
guess.
wavy, maybe? I don't know.
Really wavy. I don't know. My hair's not straight, so if it's straight, it's a little longer. But my hair's, I don't know. Yes, I remember I dyed my hair. Yeah, you dyed it. Wait, you dyed it? So when you like buzzed it, was it like little? Was it black or was it black? Like what was it?
It was already growing out really bad. So
Oh, so it was blonde.
getting blonde.
Okay, so it was like blonde when you buzzed it. My problem, I flip my hair often. My problem is like, and when I straighten my hair, it doesn't stay straight, so I just like, but it looks better kind of because it doesn't look all like I stuck my finger in a light socket sometimes. So I don't know. Check my phone. I don't know. My hair is crazy. It feels gross right now. I feel nasty. I kind of want to listen to this new Eminem song. I'm not gonna cut my hair. Hanky, why are you just staring at me? Are you waiting to get a bath? You look very handsome. No, come back. As soon as you gotta pick him up. Like, you sit there staring at me like you want some. But then I gotta pick him up. That's so disrespectful.
Your hair tells me a bedtime story.
Why?
Because on this Calm app, you can hear him read you a 30-minute story.
Where? What up?
Calm? On the-
How do you get that?
But I don't want to risk 7 days free trial. And then it's $70 a year.
Why don't you just do it? You can literally just go onto your Apple subscription and cancel it.
I'm just gonna see somebody posted on Tumblr.
I'll do it. I'm gonna get fucked. Just like that static hair. My hair looks like a skunk. Ooh. That is a look. I know that look very well. My morning. Wow, are you talking about my hair? When I wake up, and like.
Trixie's hair always looks perfect.
My hair look no different. Haley said your hair always looks perfect, Trixie.
It does.
Always.
I'm being dead.
Have you ever seen him when he like just wakes up?
Yeah.
It looks.
Right? No.
She said your hair always looks good. My hair doesn't always look good. You cannot say it. My hair be like, whoo.
My hair just gets greasy when I wake up.
My hair no change. My hair be crazy. I wish I could be like those bitches on like TikTok. They dye their hair all kinds of colors, but it still looks so nice and like soft and like pretty. But my hair is not like that at all. Sometimes it be like that, but sometimes, like I have a picture of my hair is like a faded pinky color, and it's like blonde at the ends, and when it goes up to my root, it's like a faded kind of like lighty, like kind of peachy color. It looks so pretty, and it was kind of long, and then like literally like the next month, if you check on my if you looked at my Snapchats, the next month it's like very short, like pixie cut pink hair. And I'm like, the change is dramatic. What can I say? I just can't get it together. I'm used to cutting my hair off when it starts to touch my shoulder. It's the longest I've probably been without cutting it off.
See, Harry Styles will lovingly tell you the story.
That's
until you
good.
fall
My
asleep.
looks always good now. When I was sent in the morning was 5 minutes after I woke up. I got a pic of you trying to fly. My hair trying to fly away, all sticking up. Wow. This disrespect. You have all kinds of pictures of me. You have a picture of me with my fucking hair in like a shampoo mohawk. My goatee is a mess. You have a goatee? What the fuck? What kind of shit is this? Buzzed head, goatee. You could be like a biker dude.
Ew. It's not fully buzzed. It's like
It's short, really short.
that line.
Oh, that's pretty buzzed. It's not to scalp. It's almost to scalp.
He's almost
I got the best beard slim. I make this man shave his little pencil stash. She said Trixie do got a nice beard too.
Girl, he does.
Yeah, I just ratted myself out. Haley likes your beard, Trixie. She's like,
Shut up.
No, what? I didn't say anything wrong. Like the stream, yeah, I like the stream. At least this one actually worked. And my mom will be happy with it. Hopefully, she better be. I think he just ran away and never came back. Well, that's disrespect. It's a goatee, not a beard, Trix. He's like, it's a goatee. Get it right.
Boy, your beard look weird.
Who?
Slims.
He said it's a goatee, not a beard.
Ain't no fucking goatee.
What is it?
I don't know what it is.
I got some toes. What do you mean? Haley said it's not even a goatee.
I don't know what it is. It looks weird.
She said it looked weird. What the hell did you do to your face?
Well, last time I saw it, I don't really remember it.
Well, she said the last time she saw it. She don't remember it now.
It looked weird. I don't know.
But it looked weird. Sage brother, why we fighting? You get one sister, I get the other.
Oh, no.
I'll get some toes. Wait, why are y'all fighting? Fight me. Hey, fight me. Excuse me, those are fighting words. Fight me. Wait, what? What are you talking about? She said your beard looks weird. It looks weird. That's what she said. She said your beard looks weird. Or whatever it is. Oh, my titty hurt. It's already almost 10 o'clock. Can y'all believe it's already almost 10 o'clock? Can you believe that?
What?
It's already almost 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Haley's like, ooh, she got a headache. Ooh, she got a headache. Do I need to send a picture? You can send it to Haley's.
What?
He said, do I need to send a picture?
Of what? No, I don't want a picture.
She said, I don't want a picture. Yeah. Oh, dude, we don't need a picture. You can describe it. I'll get Hank to get them toes tonight. No, never. Anyways, you know what I'm gonna cut the. You know what? I'm gonna cut the goatee from goatee form. Show this boy what's up. Oh, you're gonna get a goatee?
Nuh-uh.
Haley said, nah.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe do whatever you want. Okay.
She said maybe. Never mind. He look like Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, definitely do it.
She said definitely do it. Definitely do it, everyone. She said if you're like Tony Stark, you're like.
Is that a goatee? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, he has a goatee. Tony
Oh
Stark.
yes, Gabby.
Because he has the. It's like the kind of beard.
Oh yes, Gabby.
The mustache connecting. Did you say yes, Daddy?
Say Gabby.
No, Dabby. She over here, Brad Trixie. You got her on something now. She over here like, yes. Do it.
You know that gif of what's his name, Caillou rolling the thing. He goes, yes, Dad.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
That's what I was referring to.
Ay. Trixie, you better get her.
Well, I didn't do nothing. What?
That's a lie. Tell me. Oh, that's a big boy.
No, send me a picture. I want to see it.
Ugh, shit. I got a big boy. Come sniff the mic. Yes, sniff the mic.
Make him
Rub
purr
against
on
it.
it.
I need to rub against the mic.
Suck my dick so good. I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch.
You're a very handsome boy. You're a very handsome man. What you got? You said you're cute. I'm not sending it for you, Haley. You said I'm not sending it for you, Haley.
Well, Cindy ain't looking, and I ain't looking. You sending it for nobody.
Well, where's it at?
You could have just sent it to fucking her then.
Cletus, it's like. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? It's just like a. This is it. Alright, what? The fuck did I just witness? It's like only hair here? It's like a chin protector. Oh no, Hank! Cletus, what are you doing? Cletus! Cletus, you're standing on the keyboard! Cletus!
Bro!
You're standing on the Cletus!
Cletus! No! Cindy!
He's standing on the keyboard. Come here. You're gonna do something bad.
God damn, boy.
Uh-oh.
You got big cheeks.
Oh, what happened? You feel like you close the tab? Get on out of here, boy. You already did some bad stuff. Desktop audio. Okay. Okay. Bruh, Cletus freaking got on the thing. He said, what, bitch? You over here typing everything. He closed the tab. Okay, I think I should end this. It's an hour and 30. Yeah, Haley, show your sis the beard I got now.
When you showed the pictures earlier?
I don't know. Keep doing this in. I should end this soon. Hee, it's already almost 10. What? Where's it?
Because I was going to say something, and I was like, I don't want to say that was true.
She about to say plum. Wait, he's eating his food, I think. Oh, that's better than that. What's that? He's eating his food. Who is that? I think that's. I can't tell if he's eating. Okay, why you roast me like that though? I'm sorry. Well, that looks weird. I don't really like facial hair to begin with, so I'll be making him shave his pencil mustache. So I don't be letting it grow out. Yeah, I'm roasting him. He roasted me, I roasted him. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I see you eating out the wrong bowl. My floor will be slick. I'm gonna go through and be like, I'm sorry. You should shave that though. It looks weird. It doesn't look right. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Wait, what? Oh, the sun's coming inside the curtain. Stop it. Bad.
You had to push it from the top.
Oh, that's too much work, Kaylee.
Oh, yeah, on the other side.
Better than being on me. I'm gonna fight you now. Okay, bring your here. Okay, bring your butt here. I'm gonna fight you now. Just because I said you got a pistol dash doesn't mean you gotta fight me. Listen here. You don't gotta do that. Anyways, I think I need to end this. You didn't do anything.
He's still not fighting City.
Yeah, I'm talking about fighting Sage. Wait, what? Phage is trying to find Phage.
They trying to fight me.
Sage is trying to fight me, and I'm trying to fight him. I said Phage. I got spicy fried rice. Damn, how spicy? How spicy is spicy? Probably way too spicy for me. I already gotta go to the bathroom thinking about it.
Oh, God.
Nah, you know you wanna. What? It wasn't bad. Yeah, how spicy is spicy? Like, how much spice can you take? I want to know. How much spice can y'all take? Like, ghost pepper, jalapeno, none at all, habanero. I'm trying to think of stuff like in between.
I could eat a black olive.
I can eat a black olive. I didn't mean to say Paige. 4 green chilies worth. Oh, what kind of green chili? I feel like I know, like spicy green chilies. Like, no, thank you. It was an accident. I didn't mean to say this. Anyway, on that note, that was an accident. Oh my God, now he's over here all upset. Great. I'm like, what have I done? I can go higher than ghosts? No. What the? Why would you do that? What kind of stomach of steel do you? What the fuck? I like hot stuff. Like what? Like how hot can you go? I thought it was how low can you go?
No.
Like how hot? Y'all like Scorpion? Is Scorpion hotter than Ghost, or is Ghost hot? Reaper. Carolina Reaper's the hottest, isn't it?
Hey Siri.
Cause
What's the
Ghost.
hottest pepper in the world?
The race to grow the hottest pepper is an informal competition since the early 1990s among growers of chili peppers primarily in the US, the UK,
What?
and Australia to develop ever hotter peppers. Would you like to hear more?
Yeah.
Pepper species and cultivars registering over 1 million Scoville heat units are called super hots.
Super hot. I'm super hot, boy.
Top 10 world's hottest peppers. I only go so far, and I was fine. Number 1. So Carolina Reaper is the hottest.
Oh
It
my
is
God,
2.2
it
million. It looks. What the fuck is that?
Scary.
It's 200 times hotter than a jalapeno. Next, we have the Trinidad Scorpion, which is 2,9,231. Look, it doesn't have a little boop.
Because that's what your asshole's gonna look like.
Ew, that's ew.
That's
That's nasty.
Oh.
Look, and you can buy. Look.
Of course.
They didn't even try they did try the hottest one. Then they have the 7-pot, whatever that is, for 1.8 million. Then they have the 7-pot Primo, which is 1.4. What is that thing? You can get it for $9.
No, City, no.
We have the Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea, which is 1.4 million. We have the
What?
we have the Viper, which is 1.3 mil.
Naga.
Okay, dude. I just realized it's that.
Yeah, which is it looks fake as shit.
Those are fake.
We have the Ghost Pepper, which is 1 million. So Ghost Pepper is the 7th hottest. Yeah, this one 1 million, 1,500,000. Jesus, that one looks normal. Looks like a baby red pepper. I had a ghost pepper chicken wing, but not again. I need my boots off, but I need to this show. Damn it, Haley. What?
What did you?
I don't know. What was that sound, Haley? Nothing.
What's
Nothing at all. Okay, guys. I need to end this. I think it's almost 10 a.m. I need food. I need a shower. I gotta bathe my 2 kids. I don't want to bathe them, but I need to. So I'm gonna bathe them.
Oh no.
Haley, you wanna help me bathe them? She's like, hell, motherfucker, no. You could take one of them, and I could take the other. What does that mean? So you wanna help or not? My face feels so greasy, and I just keep touching it and touching on my pimples. I got a little zit right here, and it hurts. And I keep touching it. Pulling. Okay. Okay. I need to end this. Thank you all for being here and listening and enjoying, I guess. Hopefully, if you enjoy it, I don't know. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, you gutter sluts and bubble butts.
Haley, no.
Oh.
You can't say that. He's canceled. He's literally being like, I think a lawsuit's going against him. Or some shit. Something's going to happen with him. Look, Haley got a package deal. I come with 2 kittens. There you go, Haley. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like the stream if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you're not. And I will see you next week. Question mark. Just kidding. Next week. Bye. I'm trying to wait till it's 10 o'clock to end this. But, okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I haven't ended it yet. Thanks for watching.